Hello, my name is Nani and welcome to my channel where I share with you my top tips on how to look good, feel good, and smell good from the inside out. In today's video, we're talking all about smelling good. And so I wanted to go ahead and participate in sharing with you guys a few fragrances, a few smell good items that will definitely help you to kind of like relax, a little bit more calming, soothing, relaxing type of scent that you can pretty much wear during this time. I do understand why obviously a lot of people can feel very stressed, a little bit, overwhelmed, a little bit more anxious during this time. Of course, I've mentioned to you guys before, I do struggle with anxiety myself. And so I just wanted to go ahead and just share with you guys a few scents from my collection that I do think are a little bit more calming, a little bit more relaxing, in hopes that it helps you to just get through this tough time. So of course, if you guys enjoy fragrance videos and you love talking about smelling good and you love basically just self-care type of content, definitely make sure that you go ahead and give me a big thumbs up and of course subscribe to my channel for more. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alrighty, so jumping right into this video, of course, we're still in this little setup I'm testing out. So definitely let me know if you guys like this little setup as well. So anyways, starting out, I'm just gonna go ahead and start off with the one that's probably the most obvious because I've been talking a lot about this fragrance and I'm not going to spend a long time on it because you guys already know how I feel about it. And it is going to be Shiseido's Zen. I love this baby. In general, not just because I'm feeling stressed, but just in general. But this is definitely a scent that I feel like will help you to relax. There's a very natural, earthy nature to this scent that just smells very relaxing, very calming. It definitely helps me to feel more grounded for some reason. There's just something about this that reminds me of my plants. It reminds me of like, I don't know. There's just something really amazing about this fragrance. So if you're looking for something that's just easy to put on, easy to wear, something that's not going to be like overly fragrant, something that's not going to offend you or anyone else that's in your space right now, but something that's definitely going to help to ground you and soothe you, this is definitely one that I would recommend that you look into. Like I mentioned, it's a citrus opening, but it doesn't stay like a sharp citrus scent. It definitely just gives you kind of like a fresh, uplifting type of opening because of the citrus notes. But in the base, it's more like woody, it's more earthy, it's more like natural, and it just smells absolutely amazing. So that's gonna be Shiseido's Zen. The next one that I wanna mention is going to be this Vera Wang Embrace, and this is the green tea and pear blossom. This is another one that is just very kind of like soothing. The difference is that this one is obviously green tea, so it definitely has kind of like that calming, soothing type of nature. Anything that has like green tea, black tea, white tea, whatever type of tea is going to definitely help to relax you. But this one also has the pear blossom, so it gives you kind of like a juicy, soapy pear smell as well. So I feel like it's an easy to wear, like fresh out the shower type of scent. It's non-offensive. It does sit pretty closely to the skin, so you're not gonna get like a huge sillage, which is good because it's not going to offend or anything like that. And the longevity is not necessarily the best, but we're stuck in the house. Go to your little tray and spray it again, okay? It's fresh, it's a little bit herbaceous, it has a juicy pear like I mentioned, and it does also have kind of like a soapy, powdery type of scent to it, which I feel like definitely helps to soothe you and relax you a little bit as well. I feel like anything that has a powdery type of element to it kind of smells like baby powder, and you just remember when you were a baby, right? So again, this is going to be green tea and pear blossom by Vera Wang Embrace. So that's another one that's easy to wear, fresh out the shower type of scent. The next one is going to be this one right here, which for whatever reason, every time I smell this or I look at the bottle, it just reminds me of like, I don't know, like the rainforest. It reminds me of like large bodies of water. I don't know what it is, but this is going to be Bulgaria's Sofia Crystalline. I mentioned this to you guys in a recent haul that I did. Let me spray it. I don't know what it is, but every time I smell this scent, I just think of walking through a botanical garden where you kind of smell a little bit of like the greenness from like the flowers and the trees and the plants around you. And it almost smells like you're sitting next to a waterfall, like at the botanical garden or something like that. I don't know what it is, but it just smells like one of those like rainy weather type of scents. It's very calming, very, very soothing. It does have a little bit of an uplifting opening as well because it does have a citrus note, but I don't know what it is, but every time I smell this, I think of rainforest. I don't know what it is, but I think of like the greenness from obviously a forest and just like the wetness from like rain, and it's kind of like soapy. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's a very calming, very relaxing, very easy to wear type of scent. This is one of those that you can also wear to bed, and it's definitely going to help to soothe you. If you're one of those people that like to go to sleep to like with sound, like if you go to sleep with like rain in the background or like the beach or the ocean in the background, this is kind of like that scent. It kind of reminds me of something like that. So again, that's going to be Bulgaria Crystalline. So this one, I only have a little sample size of this, but I do want to add this to my collection. This is the Bulgaria Perfume Eau de Blanc, Eau de Cologne. I don't know, it's so many names. But I think this is a unisex scent, and this one says that it's inspired by white Himalayan tea, and this one smells very similar in my opinion. It gives me a very similar vibe. Let me spray it on my hand. This one definitely gives me a similar vibe, but I feel like it definitely gives me a little bit more of an herbal nature to the scent. I do feel like it's kind of along the same lines as the Omnia Crystalline, but it's a little bit more herbal, a little bit more herbaceous, but not overly green because I don't really like green scents. But it's oh my God. I don't know what it is, but it's like a little bit more intoxicating to me. I feel like this is definitely kind of like, it's soapy, it's fresh, it's a little bit crisp, but it also has an herbal greenness in the background. I don't know how to explain it, but it just smells like clean. It smells like clean, crisp, fresh air. It smells like that. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's extremely relaxing as well. Just an easy scent to wear, an easy scent to throw on, an easy scent to layer with as well. So I do feel like scents like this are good to have in your collection in general, but I do feel like, especially during this time, if you're looking for something that's non-offensive, but something that is going to project beautifully and give you kind of like that calming freshness, this is definitely going to be one that would be great to add to your collection. So again, this is Bulgaria Perfume Eau de Blanc, Eau de Cologne. So many names. I'll leave the links down below. The next one is going to be one that I've mentioned to you guys many times before, but this is also one of those fragrances that literally I want my whole life to smell like this, okay? This is by Commodity, and this is called Magnolia. And I've mentioned this to you guys many times before. And there's something about this scent that literally, to me, I feel like is a combination of all the scents that I've just mentioned. So it's fresh, it's soapy, it's a little bit crisp, it's a little bit earthy, it's a little bit juicy, and in the background, once it starts to settle into your skin as well, there's a caramel note in here. It's not a very prominent caramel note, but I feel like the caramel definitely just adds a little bit of a creamy sensuality to the scent, and it just makes it very comforting, just very relaxing, very cozy. This smells absolutely amazing to me. Like, I literally use this on myself. I go to sleep with this scent. I spray my towel with this scent. I spray my bed with this scent. I spray my pillows with this scent. It's one of those fragrances that you want everything around you to smell like it. I feel like if there was like an air freshener that smelled like this, I would definitely purchase it for sure. Because it's so good. Like, it's powdery, it's fresh, it's soapy, it's clean. And it has, like I mentioned, that little bit of a caramel creaminess when it basically hits your skin, which makes it very, very comforting, very relaxing, very, very cozy. So again, that's going to be Commodities Magnolia. Now, the next fragrance that I want to mention to you is going to be a celebrity fragrance. And I was going back and forth on if I wanted to mention this just because the smell of it kind of smells very appropriate for like spring and summer in my opinion. But at the same time, the note that's most prominent is really great for like anxiety, stress, helping you to boost like your energy levels and things like that. And that's going to be Elizabeth and James, and this is Nirvana French Grey. And the main note in here that you're going to smell is the neroli. And as I mentioned, that's a really great note when it comes to helping to ease anxiety and stress. And it definitely has a very uplifting type of scent to it, if that makes sense. Like, it definitely helps to uplift your mood. It is a little bit stronger than a lot of the other ones that I've mentioned to you, so I feel like with this you definitely want to be a little bit lighter handed, especially in the opening. It does project hugely, so I would say go a little bit lighter with this scent, but once it starts to dry down on your skin, it does become a little bit more of like a skin scent, although the neroli is definitely going to kind of like envelop itself around you. But I do feel like in the opening it does and can smell a little bit harsh. As I mentioned, once it starts to dry down, the neroli definitely gets a little bit softer, but it still gives you kind of like that relaxing type of sensation, but it still is one of those that will help to uplift your mood, uplift your spirits a little bit as well. So I feel like this one is one that will help to kind of like calm your nerves a little bit, but it's also one that will help to give you a little bit more motivation and just, like I mentioned, boost your energy levels during this time. So again, that's going to be Elizabeth and James Nirvana French Gray. And then the last fragrance that I want to mention to you is also a celebrity scent, and this is one that I also was going kind of back and forth with, but I had to include it in this video just because I feel like there's something about this fragrance that every time I wear it, I feel like it's a warm hug. I don't know what it is about this scent, and this is going to be Ariana Grande's Cloud. There's just something about this fragrance that's just very special, very unique, and it just smells like a hug. Like, it smells like you're hugging someone that you really love, you really care about, that you haven't seen in a long time, and they smell like marshmallows. Like, that's literally what this fragrance smells like to me. Definitely when you spray it on your skin, you get other elements to the scent. Like, you get, still the sweetness is definitely prominent the whole time that it's on your skin, but on my skin, I do get a little bit of a mintiness the longer that it lingers on my body, so there's a little bit of a freshness to this scent. It definitely develops and is more of a transformative fragrance, so I do really enjoy that about this scent as well. It lasts a long time. This is definitely one that I would recommend that you also go to sleep with, just because, like I mentioned, it literally smells like you're hugging someone that you love and you really care about, and they smell like sweet marshmallows. Like, that's literally what this fragrance smells like. But it's a very sophisticated, more elegant take on a marshmallow sweet scent, if that makes sense. So again, that's going to be one that I would recommend to you guys. I do feel like the hype is real about this scent. I do feel like it definitely smells like something that's worth having in your collection for sure. And yeah, so that's going to be my final thoughts on this Ariana Grande and all the scents that I wanted to mention to you that are very soothing, very relaxing, very calming to help you get through this kind of tough time that we're all going through at this time. But definitely let me know down below which fragrance that you guys currently own, or which fragrance that you guys have been wearing and rocking during this quarantine that helps you to feel a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more soothing and things like that. Let's just have more engagement down in the comment section below. Thank you guys again so much for tuning into another video. If you guys love this type of content, make sure that you go ahead and give me a big thumbs up, and of course make sure that you guys subscribe to my channel for more. I would really appreciate it. Thank you again so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have an awesome day. God willing, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.